This explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today because we're going to do something totally fascinating. We are deconstructing a blueprint, but not for a skyscraper or a bridge. No, we are reverse engineering a massive global moment, the 2026 World Cup opening ceremony in Los Angeles. This isn't just about throwing a good party, right? It's an incredibly precise science of mass human connection.
So just think about the sheer logistical and cultural scale of this task for a second. How on earth do you unite billions of viewers, represent 48 vastly diverse nations, and pull it all off in a meticulously timed 6-minute window? Honestly, you cannot waste a single second. Every single drum beat, every light cue, every spoken word, it is all engineered for maximum emotional resonance.
And the stakes? Oh, they are astronomical. Projections estimate that more than 80 million Americans alone are going to tune in. 80 million! Many of them are following their ancestral heritage right alongside millions of brand new fans. When that countdown hits zero, the kinetic energy has to be flawless. Producers have exactly 6 minutes to literally make the entire world hold its breath together. Okay, let's dive right into our run of show. First, we'll look at engineering this LA blueprint, then extract the winning formula from past ceremonies. Third, we'll cover the strict guardrails for cultural representation, and finally, we'll go second by second inside that actual 6-minute script.
Section 1. Engineering a Global Spectacle, the LA Blueprint.
Organizing a 6-minute window of this magnitude requires the precision of a high-stakes live television broadcast. Think less pop concert and more synchronized global heartbeat. And the very first tool in their engineering kit is language. Look at this line from the script. We gather as one people, one game, one world family. It relies heavily on multilingual integration, seamlessly blending English with Spanish and even throwing in friendly salutes in languages like Portuguese and Hindi. The psychological goal here, immediate inclusion. They want billions of people sitting in their living rooms to hear a familiar phrase and instantly feel right at home on the global stage.
Moving on to Section 2, Lessons from Past Ceremonies, the Historical Blueprint.
Now, what's really interesting is how producers figured out this exact winning formula. They actually studied the ghosts of ceremonies past. This historical blueprint perfectly maps out the DNA of the 2026 strategy. From London 2012, they learned the absolute power of narrative and surprise. I mean, who could forget that amazing Queen and James Bond cameo, right? From Brazil 2014, they took the concept of sheer physical spectacle, using hundreds of nature-themed performers. Russia 2018 showed that mixing global pop stars with local talent bridges cultures perfectly, and Rio 2016 proved that energetic local dance sets this unbelievably uplifting tone. So the 2026 LA Blueprint? It's this meticulously crafted hybrid of all those past successes.
Section 3. Rules for Cultural Representation, the Guardrails.
Okay, so celebrating the entire world on one field is incredibly delicate. Organizers have to navigate 3 crucial guardrails, because honestly, one wrong step could alienate millions. Step 1 is language accuracy. Every translated slogan or friendly Hindi greeting has to be spot on perfect. Step 2 is authentic representation. They explicitly ban lazy cliches, like you absolutely cannot use a single costume to represent entire continents. If they showcase Native American motifs, it is done with direct consultation. The core message is togetherness, which means harmoniously sampling cultures without ever resorting to caricatures. And finally, step 3 is safety and respect.
Which leads us to this absolute mandate. There is a strict rule: no political or religious symbols. Period. The imagery has to focus solely on hope, youth, and the universal love of football. They mandate a perfectly neutral zone, relying on unifying phrases like, "Tonight, none of us is from here or there, we are all here as humans," to emphasize our common ground.
Let's speed things up for Section 4, inside the 6-minute script, the execution.
Let's move to the timeline and see how this all builds. Imagine the clock is ticking down. This is the real-time execution, and it moves incredibly fast. At exactly 0 minutes, a heartbeat drum drops into a dark stadium. By minute 3, boom, a massive pop star medley. At 4.5 minutes, the stage shifts entirely into an emotional choral climax, and finally at 6:20, all 48 flags enter for the explosive finale. Let's break down exactly what happens inside these segments.
Minute 0 to minute 1, the stadium is pitch black. A heartbeat-like drum intensifies in stereo, echoing through the stands. Spotlights snap on, converging on center field. The host shouts, "Los Angeles, are you ready?" Suddenly, upbeat world pop kicks in. A massive dance troupe in blue and white bursts onto the field, and giant LED panels show global landmarks physically transforming into football fields. The host announces that from Hollywood to Harlem, from New York to the Navajo Nation, tonight celebrates everyone.
Between minutes 1 and 2, organizers deploy this interactive handoff strategy. Performers are swirling a giant inflatable globe overhead. Bilingual cheerleaders are hyping the crowd, literally spelling out UNO, with illuminated letters on the field. The crowd shouts back the bilingual rallying cry, "We are one." By mixing the live crowd's claps and shouts deep into the sound mix, they make sure TV viewers at home feel completely immersed in that stadium's energy.
And this brilliantly illustrates the emotional roller coaster the producers have engineered. At minute 3, we get the Act 2 spectacle, a Katy Perry-style headline artist, massive pyrotechnics, and a high-energy bilingual chorus. It's pure, unadulterated adrenaline. But then, at exactly 4:30, they slam on the brakes. The music fades. The stage clears. The lights soften to a warm gold. A diverse children's choir steps forward singing a slow, building anthem. Soccer sisters, soccer brothers. It's this intentional, jarring contrast between massive pop spectacle and pure, quiet emotion, perfectly designed to captivate the audience before the final push.
Which brings us to the grand finale. At 5:30, dancers jog in carrying the 48 national flags in alphabetical order, forming a giant circle around a digital rotating globe. The North American national anthems play softly, transitioning seamlessly into the official FIFA anthem. Then, the whole stadium just holds a single breath. At exactly 6 minutes and 20 seconds, all the lights hit full bright. Confetti cannons absolutely blast red, white, blue, and gold into the night sky, and the host triumphantly declares, "Let the games begin."
So, the big question we're left with is this. When you look at the staggering amount of engineering, the cultural diplomacy, and the precise psychological pacing required for these 6 minutes, is this fleeting pageant just a meticulously timed TV show? Or, in a world that often feels so deeply divided, is it a vital microcosm of human unity? It's pretty incredible to think about how a simple, perfectly executed presentation can, just for a moment, make the entire world beat to the exact same drum. Keep that in mind the next time you tune in. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.